pero una de las cosas que te quería hablar con esto es de la película que va a abrir mañana casi por todo el mundo. Y quería hablar un poco contigo, André. No sé si sabes un poco de esta película, pero es Borderlands.
Sí.
¿Sabes que esta película abre mañana y nadie está hablando de esta película?
Yo intento, mira, es una película preferable mañana, si es posible. Yo voy a controlar mi cinema local, que tengo las películas en inglés ahora.
No, the thing that got me on this one, Andre, is that do you know when the embargo for the movie for the critics ends?
Yes, I do. Tomorrow, which is
Tomorrow
not a good
at
sign.
3:00 supposedly, right?
Yes.
Like when the first movies start usually airing or in the premiere. How much faith do you think Lionsgate has on it?
I think that the movie is probably going to be very bad and very fun at the same time. And I don't know if I can see it yet, because this is the issue with the cinemas here. The one cinema that shows movies in English, I never know until the day. I have to check cinemas every day because they let me know in the morning. Like, for instance, I don't know now what they have tomorrow. So I'm gambling that probably I'll be able to see it tomorrow. I don't know.
No, it feels like it's being drawn out because principal shooting on this ended in 2021. I don't know if most of you know. It was supposed to come out in 22. And
really, I didn't know that.
Yes.
I haven't done that. I saw the trailer for this, and I think the trailer looks fun. It looks like it might be interesting. I'm excited to see it, and very aware that this is something that can go both directions. But the studio does not seem to have faith in it, because they almost appear to be hiding it. Certainly, where I'm at, I've hardly seen any advertising for it. And of course, I'm in the outer rim, so I wouldn't get much advertising anyway. But how much have you seen?
I've seen parts of it, and I'm checking it out tomorrow. But what I found interesting, did you know that it had 3 rounds of reshoots?
Oh yeah, okay. No, I haven't looked into this movie, but yeah, it just sounds better and better here. Looks like we have a winner then. 3 rounds of reshoots. Wow, that's such a staple of quality right there. When has that ever worked out? Answer: never.
Never. And so Eli Roth is the director, but he didn't do any of the reshoots, Andre. All the reshoots were done by Tim Miller, the one who directed the first Deadpool and Sonic.
Right.
He's the one that was
now movie fixer. So this then is a result of 2 creative minds. That actually has worked before. That did work for Rogue One.
Right. And so that to me got me like thinking, wait a minute. Because they did say the reshoots were extensive. Having to bring the cast back was because Tim Miller went on to work on what was that Thanksgiving, that horror movie that didn't do so well. He probably should have stayed in this one. But from what I've heard, the movie budget supposedly is $120 million. I don't know if that's
including or excluding reshoot.
I don't know. That's the thing.
Because that's like the thing. They like to say the budget, as in this is what the budget that they came up with like 3-4 years ago when production started, and not the actual cost of what they have spent. So if they say it cost that the budget was $120 million, and then it needed 3 rounds of reshoots, we are now looking at a movie that may not look like it cost more than $100 million to make, but that actually $200 million went into making. That could be what we're dealing with here.
No, I agree. And also, I think part of some of the drama that didn't go well also for the movie was one of the stars in the movie is, of course, Jack Black, with his recent, unfavorable comments. Could this movie receive some of that backlash?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, it's possible, but I mean, the media has moved on from that already, haven't they?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, they're already memory holding that whole event as if that never ever happened and it's never to be spoken of again, because now it's all about Kamala and the new VP pick, and let's not worry about anything else. So I certainly think that Hollywood is going to be very quick to forget that. And certainly outside of the US, I don't know that anyone really picked up on that whole Jack Black incident at all. Yeah, there was like some press coverage here or there, but very little of it was actually to do with Jack Black. And I think most people, not conservatives in the States. So it may possibly affect the movie in the red states. Possibly, I can't rule that out. But I don't think that the presence of other very known liberals in the movie, like Jamie Lee Curtis, is going to do much to help that either. But around the world, I don't think it's going to mean anything. The movie is going to live and die by its own merits, meaning it's probably going to die.
Right. And the other thing I wanted to say, like, a lot of people were saying the mistake since Borderlands. I don't know. Have you ever played Borderlands, Andre, the game?
I have not, because it's not on the Sega Mega Drive, and I generally don't play games that are 3D because I suck so bad at modern day gaming graphics. I know it is a game,
Right.
but playing it is beyond my ability. This is the kind of game where if I were to try it, I'm gonna find the very first corner there possibly can be, and I'll be stuck in it, and I can't get out of it. I'm going to throw the remote away or the controller away in frustration and switch off and never revisit again. That's usually what happens when I try to play any games higher than PlayStation 1. Actually, PlayStation 1 is when things started to go off the rails for me, because I don't have that room mastery that you need to enjoy a 3D game. So yeah, I'm not much of a gamer other than retro gamer. I'm very avid retro gamer though. So if someone wants to make a Borderland, damn great, and put that in 2D and ideally make it so I can play it on the Sega Mega Drive, then I'll try it. But
Well,
until
then you have the old school Mad Max game. Basically, you just play
yeah,
that.
exactly,
Right?
exactly.
but
But until I'm just going to assess the movie on its own right, and if the movie works, the movie works, and if it's close to the game, then fantastic. I hope it will, as respect for gamers, and I like it when things are that. But if it works in its own right, I'll be the first to admit it. Like, for instance, I absolutely love Silent Hill.
right.
That first movie, one of my favorite movies. Never played the game. I couldn't tell you how close or how far away it is from the game, but it's a fantastic movie. And if this is the same thing, I'll be the first to admit that. But based on what you're telling me here now, I think I better go in with very moderate expectations here.
Yeah, dude, that's one of the other things that I think Lionsgate's kind of missed the mark, especially with it's one thing I wanted to pick your brain at, because with the success of Deadpool, which is an edgier character, that's why it's rated R. This game is actually a mature game. Lots of blood, lots of gore. It's a mature game. Why PG-13? Couldn't if this was R, do you think it would have more of a chance?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, the movie probably would have had a better chance if it was rated R. But if it was to be rated R, it couldn't have had that $120 million budget to begin with. Then they would have had to cap that budget at $80 million. And probably that's what they should have done. Probably, hell, they should have capped it at $60 million. Should have told the team, you have $60 million, make the movie, make it rated R, go. And I think then it probably would have been very successful. But they didn't do that. They decided we're going to go 4-quadrant here. We're going to budget it for a quadrant. And for that reason, it's going to be rated PG-13. And I don't think that that's this movie's biggest problem. But I don't think it's going to help it much. I mean, consider if the movie is a really bad movie, and all things being this, all else being the same. If it's a bad movie, but now it has some nudity, some swearing, and some gore in it, that alone is not going to save it. It has to be a good movie first. And from the sounds of it, the big problem here is that this may not be a good movie, considering all the rounds of reshoots. And if the reshoots really worked, then yeah, maybe the R rating would have helped it. But if they aren't, they wouldn't. And looking at this imagery, to me, is extremely unappealing.
Right. Yeah, and that's another thing. There's a lot of the fan. This is one of those violent games that actually had a lot of female fandom, Andre. I think that's where there are a lot of the cosplays are very popular with ladies. This is actually from the official Claptrap, which is the robot which Jack Black is playing. This was their actually kind of launch that happened. They actually hosted it at a Dave's and Buster's, which is like a pizza, kind of chicken wings, pizza, and gaming stuff for adults. It was not so well attended. It was a little bit cringe. So you can tell Lionsgate is not really wanted to spend some money in it.
If the cast in the movie actually looked like this, though, young girls, fit girls, big breasts, that probably would have brought the box office up.
That would have, instead of what they're doing, with the older ladies, which are beautiful. But
I think that just the age of the ladies is going to be an issue if it's this audience right here. If they're going for young girls, I don't think the young girls are going to be won over by old women.
Right. And Paul says he's going to check it out tomorrow. Once Man says, yes, I will avoid Jack Black movies. So that's one ticket they're not going to sell.
Yeah, I think it's going to be more than that, but I don't know just how much more.
No. And War Monkey says, as soon as I saw the cast and who they were playing, I knew this was flawed. Borderlands 2 is one of the greatest games ever made. It's a very well-beloved game. And it, like I said, Andre, it does have a huge female fan a female fan, and even Julissa comes in and says, Hola, I don't think I'll be watching it in the theaters. The trailers I've seen did not draw me in. And Julissa, thank you, Julissa. This she's a mom and Latina and stuff, and that's not drawing her in. And like I said, Andre, the video game had it was a first-person shooter that had a lot of female fans because of the questing. You have to find a vault. It just seems like a lot from what I've been reading in a lot of different kind of sites. And most of the sites that I do guys watch are from Latin America and Spain. And they do kind of say that even like ladies who got a vault tattoo from the game are like not excited to watch this.
Okay, then this thing it's not going to do good then. So, because that's who you need. If the built-in hardcore fans come, so that's a big issue for them.
No, and I was really surprised. So that's what do you guys think? Do you think that Borderlands is going to be borderline good or borderline bad?